This is the roll call room that I was telling you about, where we start our morning off with the officers. The sergeant will stand up here in the front of the room. In training, we have the ability to have the board set up here so we can do training, classroom training. And we have the TV up here so we're able to do any kind of videos. There's bulletins in the back that the officers can keep up to date with, and any of the forms that they would need to perform their duties are in the back of this room. So when they come in, this is where they get all the forms that they need. This is a very popular form right here for the traffic crashes. So this is a basic form of what an officer would have to fill out if they were to do a traffic crash. That's only page 1. So there's many other pages to it on. There's the other pages, front and back. You have the other page here. You have to draw a diagram on the back. So there's a lot of paperwork that comes with this job.
I like helping people. I love my job. First I was a paramedic for a couple of years, and I became a firefighter, and I switched to being a police officer. I fell in love with it, and I guess it's my calling.
Pretty much this is our computer system. Anything that I get dispatched to is going to come across on this computer. Once they dispatch it to us, we click on a series of buttons and the call will come up. This right here tells where everybody is at in our city. Right here you have our police lights set up. If we need to use the PA, if we need to go into what's called code 3 mode, where lights and sirens to go to an emergency call, that would be done from here. If I turn this on, my camera automatically activates, and this means that only these lights are on. So I can tell from inside the car. If I flip this on, more light up, and this is also on here. This right here is a driver's license swipe. So when we have your driver's license, let's say we pull somebody over, on the back of the driver's license there's a swipe that we would go through, and it just comes up onto the computer and it auto-populates it for us. Makes things a little bit easier. Obviously right here, this is going to be our fingerprint system, where it identifies me as the person using this computer, so it's just another line of defense for us. Every day as a police officer is different. Nothing is ever the same. We can go to the same types of calls where, say we go to a domestic, or we go to a traffic stop, or just any kind of call, a theft, and it's always going to be different somehow. You're never going to have the same people. It's never going to be the same weather outside. So what's better than that, than a change of scenery and meeting new people every single day? So that's why I keep doing it. There's a lot of different kinds of characteristics, qualities that somebody can possess. I may have different characteristics than another police officer, and we may be able to balance out together. I can safely say I've been challenged as a female in this industry, because there's a lot of people that we encounter that think that size is all that matters. And hold on just one second. 30 Delta 7. The way that I've gotten through any kind of difficulties when it comes to size and me being a female and them being a male is just the same as anything else. It's all in how you treat people, and it's all in how you speak to people. And I've been fortunate enough that if I treat a suspect with respect, they have not given me an issue. I would say there's a lot of difference between the movies and real life, because in the movies, there are certain times when people can get shot, and at the end of the movie they happen to live, and in real life that doesn't happen sometimes. If an officer loses their life in the line of duty, many officers will wear what's called a mourning badge, and that goes over their badge It's a badge cover, and you can either wear just a black badge cover or you can wear the thin blue line cover, which basically you're paying your respects and you're honoring those that lost their lives in the line of duty. So I wear this as an everyday reminder to pay tribute to those people that have lost their lives and given the ultimate sacrifice. But I also wear it to remind myself to stay safe and always go home to my family at night. Sometimes people file complaints and they say that an officer did something. You know, people try to say things that didn't actually happen to get themselves out of a ticket. More call volume for us, but you still run into various kinds of people, which is good. Pretty much you go hands-on with everything that you learned in school. Now, instead of role-playing, you have real people. You learn different things and meet new people, and that's what this job is about. We have a good amount of officers. We can always use more police officers because we do get busy, but the surrounding cities, they have actually a lot more officers than us. This guy's car, this is Officer Poole.
3005, parking violation. New Jersey Turnpike, riding on a wet night, 'neath the refinery's glow, out where the great black rivers flow. License registration, I ain't got none. But I got a clear conscience about the things that I've done. Mr. State Trooper, please don't stop me. Please don't stop me. Please don't stop me.
Right here is where the officer sits and does their work. And usually the prisoner will sit right here and we handcuff them either to the bench, most likely. And they sit here and the officer's able to ask them questions. We have the bathrooms, we have fingerprinting area. It's a holding facility, so after, they can sit in here while we're doing their paperwork, but then we end up taking them down to Fort Lauderdale, and Fort Lauderdale ends up processing them.
My mom was a nurse, so I thought I wanted to do the medical side. I became a paramedic and firefighter. When we started being a paramedic, I was out at this station as a paramedic, and I got to know the police officers, saw what they did, and when I got my chance to become hired here, I figured I'd take it and try it out, and I loved it. Lieutenants all have the Tahoe. Our officers have the cars. Inside, pretty much just like any other car. It's just we have more room, more trunk space. All of my lights are on the inside. You can see them here, on the inside there, on the side of the windows. I don't have a regular light bar. I don't usually go code 3 or use my lights and sirens as much as the regular officers do. So, but when I do, the car lights up, so.
Obviously this is a secured lot, and the only people that can come in and out of here are the employees, unless they're specifically buzzed in or escorted in. There's a lot of people that come up to us when we're out and we're not busy on a call, or we're maybe on a meal break. They'll come up to us and they will thank us for our service and tell us they appreciate the job that we do. There are people that are not so happy to see the police because we are the ones that respond to calls when people need assistance with something. And sometimes the assistance may require us to arrest a spouse or arrest a child or arrest somebody that's a family member, and they may not be too happy about that. So they're experience with the police may be that it was an encounter that somebody in their family got arrested. So those people may not necessarily respect the police, but we do get a lot of people that do say thank you, and we greatly appreciate that when they do say thank you, because it lets us know that there are people out there that recognize the hazards that we have to go through on a daily basis just to maintain their safety.